Welcome to Animal Atlas. Come with us around the globe and explore the animal world and its jungle animals and desert creatures. We'll meet wildlife on the savannah and see our underwater friends. And animals from the Arctic Circle. Anywhere, everywhere animals live. It's always an adventure. Today on Animal Atlas, we'll be meeting some animals who are either more than they seem or are mistaken for something they're not. For good or bad, a whole lot of animals fall into this category. Animals, of course, are always completely honest and open about themselves, about what they eat, how they live, who their friends are, and how they like to spend their leisure time. The only deception that animals practice is camouflage, like this lizard, who is pretending to be a leaf. Or this leafy sea dragon, who looks more like a plant than a fish. Or even this stalking tiger, whose striped coat helps him to move furtively in the tall grass. We humans too often make assumptions about an animal based on superficial or brief observations. Sometimes these misconceptions are fun. What did ancient explorers first think that the giraffe was? A cross between a camel and a leopard. What about the manatee? Famed explorer Christopher Columbus himself took this gentle aquatic mammal to be a mermaid. Explorers Lewis and Clark, likewise, came across this burrowing rodent in their travels and claimed it was a dog. A dog of the prairie. Really? In terms of reputed monsters of the deep, eels have been called sea serpents, while the octopus has been decried as a sea monster. And believe it or not, the legend of the unicorn probably came into existence because of the nose horn on a rhinoceros, spied off in the distance. Close up, well, that's another story. Let's meet some animals who seem to be one thing and are actually something else. You just might be pleasantly surprised. Meet the lemur from the family Lemuridae. These lovely animals can be brown or black and white ruffed, red ruffed, or ring-tailed. But most have long, furry tails, big, expressive eyes, and a moist, sensitive nose called a rhinaria. What's fascinating about lemurs? For one thing, they all come from just one place on the planet, the island of Madagascar, an island off the southwest corner of Africa. All right, to be honest, there are a great number of animals whose natural habitat is very small. The giant panda, in the wild, only resides in a few mountain ranges in central China, at elevations of 5,000 to 10,000 feet in misty forests, where there is a dense understory of bamboo, which is what this bear eats. And the bonobo, sometimes called the pygmy chimpanzee, only hails from the Congo, a fertile basin in just one area in Africa. While our red-haired friend, the Bornean orangutan, can only be found in, you guessed it, Borneo. No, the most amazing fact about the lemur is not where it comes from, but what it is. Believe it or not, this enchanting creature is a primate, and closely related not only to the bonobo and the orangutan, but to monkeys, and to humans too. Just wait a minute. This face doesn't resemble this face, or this one either. But this Madagascar resident claims kinship nevertheless. Then what makes a primate a primate? Good question. All primates, lemurs included, have binocular vision, which means that there is a blending of the separate images of each eye into one composite image. All primates also have grasping hands, which is apparent when watching any primate eating, or exploring, or using tools, or brachiating, which means swinging hand over hand. Gorillas have grasping hands. So does the little lemur from Madagascar. Lemurs, though, are not nearly as closely related to humans as monkeys and apes. Instead, because of their isolation, on their magical Madagascar island, they more closely resemble primitive primates that lived millions or even tens of millions of years ago. So it's not the flat nose that makes the primate, but those grasping hands and binocular vision. Amazing! Here's another beautiful animal with a small range, the okapi, a dweller of the Ituri rainforest in Central Africa, not far from the land of the bonobo. Clearly, the okapi is some kind of deer or antelope, right? Related to maybe the wildebeest or the oryx. But those stripes on its hindquarters are rather zebra-like, aren't they? Forget what this exquisite animal seems to look like. The okapi is the closest living relative of the giraffe. Surprised? This solitary forest giraffe lives in the depths of the rainforest, coming out only at night to feed, a far cry from the daylight-loving social giraffe. But okapis claim giraffes as kin, and this resemblance is more apparent when we observe that both the okapi and the giraffe have ossicones, or horn-like, hair-covered protuberances on their heads. What was the okapi called in ancient times? The African unicorn. Well, I guess some misconceptions have to be shared. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll meet some more animals whose appearances are deceiving. But first, let's see if you can guess this animal fact. The naked mole rat is A, a rat, B, a mole, C, naked, or D, none of the above. The answer coming up when we return to Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? The naked mole rat is... The answer is D, none of the above. Talk about deceiving appearances. Yes, these little animals burrow underground like moles. And they have rat-like tails. And they certainly appear naked, at least at first glance. But if we look closer, they do have scant hair. Maybe not much more than a sparsely hair-covered pachyderm, but hey, hair is hair, however little of it there is. Naked mole rats in the wild spend most of their entire lives in the near total darkness of their underground burrows, in large colonies. Of course, many animals live in large groups, whether in herds, like say antelopes, or horses, or in extended family groups, like the bonobo, or in larger socially complex groups, like the dwarf mongoose, or the meerkat, or the prairie dog. But only the naked mole rat is eusocial, or truly social. What does this mean? Like a number of termites, ants, and some wasps and bees, the naked mole rat lives in large colonies presided over by a queen. Only a few select males breed, while the rest of the entire family work together to raise their young and to maintain the colony. So if they're not really naked, and they're neither moles nor rats, who are naked mole rats related to? Their family in the animal kingdom is called Bethurgidae, making these extraordinary-looking animals more closely related to the porcupine and the guinea pig. What do native Africans call the naked mole rat? Sand puppies. With the same sort of bemused affection North Americans reserve for their prairie dogs. All right, so it's sometimes easy to be fooled by a name, but remember, animals never set out to deceive, except by camouflage. Or maybe subterfuge. when there's a meal to be had. They're exactly who they are, in all their glorious diversity. It's usually just our perceptions or the names we give to animals that can be confusing. But here's one animal whose name proclaims exactly what it isn't. This is the false gharial. Yes, that's this animal's name, false gharial. Here's a gharial. Here's a false gharial. Does that mean that one's an imposter? No, this false gharial follows the advice of Shakespeare's Polonius. To thine own self be true. We can call this reptile false, but it begs to differ. The false gharial is a freshwater reptile with a thin and elongated snout that clearly resembles a crocodile with an elongated snout. And who is this? You guessed it, the gharial. The gharial's long snout is a testament to its fish diet. That's a toothy fish catcher snout if there ever was one. What's the difference between a false gharial and a true gharial? For one thing, our false friend doesn't grow as large as his true counterpart. And the false gharial snout is somewhat shorter, but mostly, these two gharials are distinct because they live in two different areas. The false gharial comes from Indonesia and Malaysia, while the gharial comes from northern India and surrounding countries. So that's the story behind the gharial and the false gharial. Can you tell which is the so-called imposter? Maybe only the alligator knows for sure. Maybe not. Another case where both names and appearances can be deceiving concerns this New World wildcat, whose historic range has extended from northern Canada through the United States and down into Central and South America. The cougar, also known as the puma, and the mountain lion, and about a half dozen other names. More names, it's been said, than any other animal. Hey, when your range is that large, you gather a lot of aliases. This wildcat does have an official name, however, Felis concolor, loosely translated from Latin as cat of one color, specifically a lovely sandy tan. What's deceptive about the erstwhile mountain lion? This is not a big cat. Yes, it is big in terms of size. A male can weigh upwards of 200 pounds. And a mountain lion has the strength to drag prey animals 7 times its own weight. Indeed, mountain lions are powerfully built, with large paws and a flexible spine. They can jump close to 20 feet from the ground into a tree, the height of a 2-story building. No, the indomitable mountain lion is not a big cat simply because it can't roar. Like an African lion, a roar, after all, is what separates the big cats from the small wildcats, no matter how huge they might be. What can a cougar do that a lion cannot? It can purr. So there. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll meet some more animals who are more than they seem. But first, let's see if you can guess this next animal fact. There are members of the dog family that are A. Domesticated, B. Wild, C. Pariahs, or D. All of the above. Don't go away. The answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? There are members of the dog family that are? The answer is D. All of the above. There are few more familiar faces or muzzles in this world than that of the domestic dog, whether young or old, big or small, working or just playing the part of beloved pet. Domestic dogs gladly accompany humans in their endeavors and live with us in our houses and work beside us on our farms. But there are also dogs called pariah dogs, like the New Guinea singing dog, the oldest of the pariah dogs. What does pariah mean? Outcast. Pariah dogs are any population of wild or feral dogs who live near human settlements and who survive by scavenging for food. though not interacting directly with humans. New Guinea singing dogs are not feral dogs, which means a domestic dog that was returned or banished to the wild. Rather, these dogs have always lived out on their own. But of course, dogs and humans, and even wolves and humans, are naturally inclined to live in harmony, even with great affection. There are true wild dogs too, like this African wild dog, which also goes by such names as the Cape hunting dog, or the African hunting dog, or most poetically, as the painted wolf. Their scientific name, Lycaon pictus, actually means painted wolf. Here's a wolf. Here's our African wild dog. The dog family resemblance is clear, and painted is sure an apt description. These pack-hunting carnivores, however, are nobody's pets. They are beautiful wild animals that live only in Africa. In the scrub savanna, where you would be likely to find the giraffe, the ostrich, the spotted hyena, and the lion. Yes, though some dogs may look domesticated, they may actually be pariah dogs. And though there are wild dogs from Africa that are sometimes called painted wolves, but are actually not wolves at all, there is one dog that really needs to be proclaimed a dog, and that's this animal, the bush dog. No other member of the dog family has such a deceptive appearance. Domestic marvels notwithstanding. Looking more like a weasel or an otter, the extraordinary-looking bush dog comes from a wide area in Central and South America. Though its range is large, this wild dog is so rare that it was once thought to be extinct. But surprise, this gregarious carnivore with webbed feet does indeed still exist, thank you. Not surprisingly, the bush dog is the only species in the genus Spiothos. Like our friend the cougar, puma, mountain lion, the bush dog also goes by a variety of names. In Brazil, it is called cachorro vinagre, or vinegar dog, while in other Spanish-speaking countries, it's known as vinsorro vinagre, or the vinegar fox, perro de agua, water dog, or perro de monte, mountain dog. Ha! And you thought domestic dogs' appearances could be deceiving. No member of the dog family beats the bush dog in the startling appearance category. Yes, appearances can be deceiving, but so can relations. The horse family, which includes not only our domestic horses, whether king-sized or miniature, as well as the charming donkey, and also includes a distinguished array of wild equids from the zebra to the wild ass of Africa, is related to the rhinoceros. Yes, the family Rhinocerotidae, which includes the African rhinos, the black rhinoceros, and the even bigger white rhino, as well as the seemingly armor-plated Indian rhinoceros from the swampy areas of northeast India and Nepal, belongs to the order Perissodactyla, as does the horse. And the tapir, too. What do they have in common? Toes. It's all in the toes. Horses have one toe, encased in a hard, horny covering, called a hoof, while a rhino has three-toed feet. Hey, those rhino feet are nothing like a horse's hoof. But they are, maybe not visually, but in the fact that 1 and 3 are both odd numbers. The horse and the rhino are both odd-toed ungulates, or browsing or grazing animals, differing from the even-toed ungulates, like the giraffe, and its relative, the okapi, or cattle, or any number of gazelles and antelopes. Just remember, in the animal kingdom, superficial appearances can be deceiving, while a closer look will often reveal some astounding similarities. Sometimes, though, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, swims like a duck, it's a duck. Unless it's a goose. For more fun animal facts and news, visit our website at animalatlas.tv.
The internet, you say?
See you there. Don't go away. Animal Atlas will be right back. Until next time on Animal Atlas.
Frank!
Steve?
You smell that?
All I ever smell is bear.
You, sir! And you! Ah!
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Hey, Tim.
Gloria! I've got bird flu.
Aw.
Hey, did you hear Steve the rat fell off a bridge? Wake up!
Oh, no, 5 more minutes. Too much Novocaine.
Gentlemen, we'd better leave.
Yes, we better have. Yeah, you better run.
I didn't order this.
Come here, you.
Once again, we've traveled the globe from North and South America to Africa and Asia to Australia and every fascinating place in between. We've met all kinds of incredible animals and learned some important facts about their ability to survive and flourish on our planet. And with our help, we'll make sure they're around for a long time to come. Join us next week for another amazing adventure on Animal Atlas.